Mercurio, I went 2.0, I can't stop.
And today, boys, man, we're gonna go into a little video, man. It's been a while since I posted. We're super locked in for ladders. And yeah, just getting better every day. So been posting a lot less content. So we're gonna go over the defensive ebook today. We are in the Vikings playbook. This is the defense that's gotten me to a 50-game win streak I'm currently on. Yeah, so 50-game win streak, was top 10 before I went to bed. And yeah, man, so this is a defense that's kind of helping me lock in here a lot recently. I just upgraded the team. I had 6 million coins on the last stream, so trust me, you do not need the best players at every position in order to compete in regular season. Now in ladders and single elims, which is coming up this Saturday, you know, it's definitely a different story. So this is just the defensive setup. So my looper is Ransaw, my user is Nick Cross. Alright, I just like to have a safety that's kind of faster to be in that spot, which he has 86 speed. Alright, and your rush right edge is going to be a linebacker for your Overstorm Brave, which is what I run. You know, if you've been around, you would know. Ran Overstorm Brave at the end of CFB 25, and it has definitely translated over to Madden. I feel like this isn't a very popular defense, so people don't really see it coming. Alright, so let's enjoy it. Alright, so in the defensive ebook, I'm gonna show you a couple loops, not just Overstorm Brave. Okay, so Overstorm Brave is the base defense that I come out in, that I always put into a zone. Alright, could be cover 3, could be cover 4, you know, the whole 9. So it just really depends on what I'm looking at, in order to see what these guys come out in. Alright, so we're gonna be going over Overstorm Brave, which is a nickel 2-4. Alright here. Okay, and then we're gonna be showing the Texas 4-man out of single mug and double mug and the situations I like to use them in. And then also dime 1-4 is a super good blitz out of this Tampa 2 right here. So I'm gonna show you a couple of them. Alright, so Overstorm Brave again is my number one defense I come out in. So we're gonna go over some popular formations. Alright, tight doubles is definitely a popular one. Alright, now even if the running back is blocked, sometimes it'll come in, sometimes it won't. But the point of it is to make you have to block your running back, so that I'm only sending 4, and therefore I have 7 in coverage. Alright, so that's what I want. 7 versus 4, 3 wide receivers and a tight end, 4 wide receivers, you know, etc. So boom, a guy comes out in tight doubles, right? This is the first thing that you're gonna do before anything happens. Alright, I'm gonna be completely honest. Quick hikes are just the worst for this defense. Alright, so you just kind of gotta be careful. Alright, so the very first thing you're gonna do, you're not gonna move nobody, you're not gonna move the linebackers, no stunts, no none of that. You're gonna put the left linebacker in a hook and put the outside end that's on your side in a hard flat. Alright, once you start getting creative, you can put them in a vert hook. Curl flats don't really get out there quick enough. Alright, and then this is what I'll do. I'll turn it into basically a cover 3 hard flat. So I'll put square in the outside third, put him in an inside third, hard flat. And instead of an outside third, because of the way that the alignment is on this side, if you put an outside third or even a deep half, a tight end seam shot is there, and also a wide receiver streak is there, because they'll start drifting. So I actually like to put that guy in an outside quarter. Now again, the really preface on this, you have to know how to switch stick in this defense. All right. And again, the greatest thing that you can ever do is learn what your opponent likes to do. Does he like to hit the running back? Does he like corner routes? Does he like the middle of the field? All right, that's the only thing that ebooks cannot simulate for you, is I don't know what your opponent likes to run in that moment. All right, so this is typically like the setup that I would use. Now, sometimes, since he's a defensive end, sometimes he doesn't get out there. So if he loves to hit the flat route, all right, I'll put him in a vert hook and then put him in a hard flat. You see what I'm saying? So the corner's gonna get out there way faster, etc., etc. So you always wanna keep your eyes on the corner and on the corner routes and everything over the middle. All right, so another thing is I do like to put myself in a mid read. Why? Because a mid read is a matching principle. So say there's a crosser or a post or even a deep backside dig. If he hikes this ball, I'm quick to try to switch stick the corner route. But what that does is it allows my middle user to get back into the bare middle of the field. So here we'll run it like this. You'll watch the blitz come in. Perfect. All right, now in this play, or you know what a lot of pros do like to use is like the running back wheel route. So you know, it just kind of depends, right? Say he likes to put that inside receiver on a crosser or something of that nature, I will leave him manned up, because the deep third and the deep quarter, inside quarter, doesn't get to a post or a crosser quick enough. So if we hide the ball, you know, my first read here is kind of the running back wheel, switch stick and get there. All right, but as you can see, it's the blitz that's coming in. All right, so we'll look at another popular formation, normal Y off close, right? Who doesn't like Y cell? So this is my setup out of Y cell. We'll go here, inside quarter, hard flat, half. All right, because the half will pick up that outside. The half will pick up the 1 o'clock streak by the receiver. I'll switch stick the corner. In case that tight end, he audibles that tight end into a streak, he will be picked up by the middle third in theory. So boom, this is kind of just like the setup I'll do. Switch stick, which I meant to switch stick to the hard flat, but I didn't. As you see, like I said, the blitz comes in. So it's just kind of how I set it up. You got to be really quick with it. I definitely advise you to go into practice mode and practice, you know, which direction leads to doing what you want your guys to do. This is kind of like a cover 6 coverage, where you have one side of the field manned up, one side of the field zoned out. So this is it again. We'll switch stick to the hard flat, look for the corner, and just stuff like that. So that's what it looks like against normal Y off close. And again, you gotta know what your opponent likes to do. Some people will, you know, put that tight end in a post, you know, put him on a drag, whatever. So you just kind of gotta know where you want, what you want your guy to do. All right. Now, what I will say about Overstorm Brave, it is very susceptible to the motion glitches. All right. If you got a guy that's motion glitching you, I'll typically come out of this defense pretty quickly, because since it's a man-based coverage, before you put all the zones up, the guy in the zone will follow that guy all the way over and mess up all your zones. So like, it'll leave a big gaping hole, you know, because he's running all the way over. So if a guy is doing the motion glitch, now in a regular motion, I don't mind it. So this is a motion play. So this is kind of how I'll look at it, you know, something like this. All right, just be careful of that seam shot. And as you see right now, on the bunch X nasty formation, which I don't have that formation in this playbook. Obviously a very, very, very popular formation. If a guy's running bunch X nasty and running a motion wheel, I will not be running Overstoring Brave. And I can't simulate the motion wheel glitch. Hopefully it's updated in this patch that's supposed to be coming in like 20 minutes. So hopefully it's patched in that. If it's not, you know, we'll still have to deal with it. Those guys are lame, by the way. So as we're looking at it, right, I'll get out of Overstoring Brave because typically he'll follow the guy. All right, so I can't simulate it in this because he's not following. But in Bunch X Nasty, the safety will follow the motion guy, and it'll just leave a wide open hole in the zone because he's not where he's supposed to be. So this is kind of something I'd like to set up like this. Boom, he'll motion him over, cover everything, boom. So, I mean, that's just kind of where I'm at with it. And again, I can't simulate the motion wheel glitch at this time because I'm doing it in practice. But if you tap into the Twitch, I'll show you, you know, exactly how I like to do it and in what situations. And how to stop it, in my opinion. All right, so another formation we like to go in, another popular one, you know, is something like Dagger out of Bunch Strong Nasty. All right, the reason why Bunch Strong Nasty is a more difficult formation to defend is because the wide receiver on the solo side is in the slot instead of all the way to the wide side of the field like it would be in Bunch Strong Offset. So the way I would set this up is people love like corner strike or corner routes out of this. So I'll put like a vert hook, curl flat like this, hard flat the other side for any kind of crossers. And you have to put this guy in an inside quarter because an outside third or even a deep half will leave this wide open. I will be dropping the offensive ebook as well, but I love guys who just sit in base cover 3 because it just opens up that wide receiver. You will see that on the offensive video. So this is like something I would set up. You got the hard flat for any kind of cross or any kind of drag coming all the way across. If he happens to put that receiver in a corner route, you got to keep your eyes open, switch stick it quick. The corner route on the left side is pretty much covered. And if he puts that tight end in a streak or even a post, that vert hook will match onto it. All right, so this is how we'll do it. Like this. Boom, see he's throwing to the flat where my hard flat is at. Everything else is boxed. Now on the short side of the field, like this right here, this is how I would like to set it up. I'll set it up something like this, where it's double mabled on that side with the vert hook, because there isn't really much that you can really do corner route rise when you're in some people will throw it. I just don't like them to, if that makes sense. So that'll be the look that we would go with. Boom, he hikes the ball, guy screaming in, cover, everything's boxed. All right, so again, I do this in real life against real competitors, in ladders, in MCS, in regular season head-to-head, and I do the same thing. All right, so the last kind of popular formation I'm gonna go over here is gonna be trips tight end. Now this is also associated with trips tight end, offset, trio, Y flex, any kind of those formations where it's a trip and a tight end, no matter if the tight end's on the line or even offsetting. I love to run Overstoring Brave against it. So one of my most popular plays, my favorite play of all time, is gonna be drive post. You know, if you know, drive post made. So a quick and easy way for me, this is how I come out every time. All right, so we're gonna put a hard flat again, always man up the running back, curl flat him, and then man up the tight end with the opposite side safety. Now, what does this do? Again, I can't show you audibles and stuff like that because I'm going against the computer. But this is what's gonna happen. The very first thing you do is you're gonna switch stick off of your linebacker onto the curl flat for the tight end corner route. Route committing does not work for me. If it works for you, I'm very happy for you. But route committing has never worked for me in CFB or in Madden. So the very first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch stick the curl flat, because 9 times out of 10 this is drive post or verticals. I'm gonna switch stick the curl flat, make him think about it, and then run back over the middle into the post. All right, now if this tight end is on a streak, if he audibles him into a streak, your safety is gonna be there. All right, so something like this, boom, switch, cover this, run back to the middle, it's boxed. All right, so that's one of my favorite ways to defend it. There is also a motion glitch out of tight end offset or trio wide flex with the motion, which I feel like is super easy to guard. If I know that he's doing it, there's not one in this playbook, but if I know if he's doing it, I'll just put him out there, and the motion glitch, he won't have enough time. So boom, boxed. All right, now that is what I like to call. Okay, now if you're running into an opponent that loves to motion glitch, it's the only way he can move the ball up the field like some of these bots do. Or 4th and long, 3rd and 4th and long, I always resort to Texas 4-man out of the nickel 3-3 single mug formation, and go stunts, Texas 4-man. I absolutely love this defense in deep areas of the field. 3rd and long, 4th and long, like I said. Some people use this as an everyday blitz, and there's nothing wrong with that. Alright, so here goes like a motion play, right? So the first thing you want to do with the Texas 4-man is you're going to spread your line. Now, as far as leaving it match, shading up, shading down, that's going to be based on your personal preference. The way these guys are lined up, I'll go hard flat. Typically, I'll go hard flat, or I'll shade down to cancel the match, turn my purples into hard flats, because I feel like that the outside quarters, play the corner routes better when they're shaded underneath. And it's easier to switch stick to. They're not like just out there floating in the world. It's easier to switch stick and get to it. So here, boom, Texas 4-man, screams. All right, so this is situational defense for me. Again, some people, now if you follow, you support the channel, I am the worst run defender in the country. Like, if we were ranked, if Madden had a ranking scale like like in CFB, in the sense of like I'm number 132 or whatever the last college is in D1, I am the 32nd ranked run defense. So this defense is only in situations for me for when it's 3rd and 4th and long, when I know or I feel like you have to pass the ball. So here goes the Texas 4-man again. Boom, I'll cover, switch back. It'll mess them up, you know what I mean? So that's the only time I run Texas 4-man personally. But again, some people use it as their everyday defense, and there's nothing wrong with that because I have been boxed by it. All right, so another popular one out of Dime 1-4. All right, there's 2 in here. You got this cross 3 fire. All right, now again, people use it as their everyday. It's not, or their every down. It's not necessarily my cup of tea. But if it works for you, it works for you. Again, I need guys in that middle to stop that run. So if we're here, I'm not too privy on the adjustments on this just because I don't typically run it. But what they'll do is they'll turn this into a cover 4, which is basically, double triangle, click one of the safeties, the inside safeties, right on the right stick, puts them in the inside quarter on both sides. All right, so you can shade up, you can shade down. All right, and then you put the guy on the right in a mid read, and then you just bring this guy over about like right there to him, and then you should be good to go. As you see, he messes up the pocket. He gets stuck right there, but he definitely messes up the pocket. That's what a lot of guys do. They just turn it into a cover 4. All right, so you're gonna put yourself in a hook curl, double tap triangle, shade down to cancel the match, bring your little guy over right here, and I've even seen you can look like you're in the gap. It'll help him come in better. This isn't what I run, so but as you see, he just glitches right through. I don't know if you guys seen that. I'll actually like edit it and pause it, but he just glitched it. He just glitched right through. So this is typically, again, what they do. Cover 4, bring your little guy over to you, and then you can just stand in the opposite gap like this. Boom. Alright, so it's cool. It's a decent defense. It ain't my bread and butter. I'm just showing you that this is what the guys that you're playing, this is what they are running. This isn't what I like to run. This is what they're running. As you see, I mean, it'll tell you, right? I have 33 play calls in that. Overstorm Brave has 3,500. You know what I mean? So I don't even have it favorited. But this is what these guys are running against you. Okay, so just so you know, another good one for 3rd and 4th and long, all right, is I'll go this Tampa 2 blitz. It's a really, really nice blitz. And we'll pair it with, you know, if it's a 3rd and 4th and long situation, you know, tight doubles. So boom, here, what I would, you could do a lot of things out of this, which is why I like it. All right, so one of the main things I'll do is, this is basically a cover. This is a Tampa 2. All right, but if it's 3rd and 4th and long, if you know, right, the middle of the field is super, super susceptible. So I'll put myself in a deep blue, which is X, and up on the left stick. All right, and then I'll turn these guys into outside thirds like this, so it's more of a cover 3. All right, this is the same kind of thing. You just got to bring your little guy over here, stand in the gap, and you should be come flying in. All right, so the difference between this defense and the cover 4 is that there's hook curls, so that you don't have to be the only person defending the middle of the field, which is why I like this blitz more than the cross 3 fire. If I were to run it, again, not my daily, or not my every down, more so in deep situations, because there's hooks. All right, so this is like one way I would do it. Again, down and distance, so I would leave these guys in cloud flats, even press triangle and L1 to play the sticks if it's a long way to go. All right, so boom, we'll see if it comes in here. Gotta mug the line. Boom, he just glitches right through. I mean, it's you know, it's garbage, it's trash, but it's the game. You know what I mean? That's just it's just the game that we have to play. All right, so you gotta either adjust or get left. All right, so definitely while he's in the middle of the field, it's kind of better too, because he's the hash mark is kind of like where you want the guy to be, is at that hash mark about 5 yards back. And then, yeah, I stood on the opposite side of the gap. As you see, they still jumbled in and got home. All right, so pretty much, you know, those are the defenses. Don't ask me about no run defense. I can't stop it to save my life. Another good, you know, oldie but goodie is LB Cross 3, Show 2. You know, if you know, you know. We ran a lot of this back in CFB. personally, the reason why I don't like it is right there. That safety likes to run up top instead of just staying in a separate safety format or placement. And when you start messing with the shells, it brings the linebackers out of place. And I absolutely hate it. That's why I stopped running this defense, because when your guy is starting all the way up here, no matter how you adjust, whether you man him up or you turn him into an inside quarter. That's another thing too. Like, since he's so far up here, he won't go into the right quarter. Like, this is the right quarter, and then you would turn him into a quarter. It's still like another cover 4 kind of thing. But with him moving all over the place, it's just impossible. I literally cannot stand it. Some people still run it though, but this is susceptible to a seam shot all day and tomorrow. But again, it's still a decent defense. You still get nice pressure out of it. You know, you don't got to move the defensive lineman. You don't got to do none of that. He's still looping around. And, but that's just not my favorite. All right, now when you come down into the red zone, this is my go-to in the red zone. We're going to go Tampa 2 out of mid-blitz. Tampa 2, Texas 4, man. All right, and then let's try a run play. Or let's try let's try a run play. So say they're like in the red zone, whatever. Alright, so this is what I like to do. Spread D-line, spread linebackers, shade down, put my 2 outside guys, and curl flats. Alright, I am the deep blue here. Alright, so this is how it looks against a run play. You're just kind of hoping that your guy sheds. Alright, so this is more so for the passers. So we'll go Tampa 2 again, but this is my favorite pass defense in the red zone. It's basically what's called a double Mabel. All right, and then I'll also protect sticks, because then they'll start playing a little bit closer to the ball. Shade down, spread, curl flats, boom, good money. You see, pressure kind of comes in. And that's on me. I mean, that's the computer. I've never seen nobody throw a drag like that quick. Typically they're looking for like zigs and curl routes in the end zone. So this is just kind of how I defend it. And so, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. So I love putting out educational content for you guys. I absolutely love it. But this is the problem that I've always seen with ebooks, and I'm not knocking anybody that drops an ebook. Please get your money. Alright, but I cannot adjust for what your guy likes to do. Alright, if your guy's just running bunch tight end RPO and you keep coming out in that dime crossfire and he's just killing you with it, then you deserve to get killed with it. Alright, and same thing if your guy likes to come out in bunch and keeps throwing corner routes, but you keep putting hard flats, you deserve to get killed with it. You have to make adjustments, and you have to gather information. All right, again, this is the same thing I said in CFB. It's a short game. It's 3-minute quarters. Some of these weirdos like to, like the true clock as soon as the game comes on. I've experienced that myself. And so in a 3-minute quarter, they don't have a bag. They don't have a deep bag. 99.9% of players that you play. And honestly, with this being my first year in MCS and ladders, these guys, they don't have a deep bag either. They have what they have, and they perfect it. So understand, does the guy that you're playing like to throw corner routes? Does he like to throw running back Texas route? Running back streak routes is a big one too. One of the most unstoppable things. I can't stand guarding a running back streak route. But yeah, man, just make sure that you understand, gather information. And again, the game ain't that deep, especially for some people. But if if you want to get better at Madden, man, tap into the Twitch. I will show you what I like to do in certain situations. And I answer every chat. I answer every question that's being asked. So please feel free to tap in, man. Would love to show love. Again, on a pretty nice streak with not a good team. That team that you guys seen at the beginning of the video and also right here, I literally just built this team when I woke up today. Yeah, I got that 50-game win streak on stream yesterday. This is a brand new team with Team of the Week. I haven't even played a game with these guys. I literally have not played a game with these guys. I think the server just went down, so that'll definitely be the end of this video. I appreciate all the love and support, man. Make sure you do me a favor, man. Hit like, sub to the channel, and put on your noti bells for the next time I upload. Also, tune in to the Purple app, man. That's where the action goes down. We got single elims this Saturday. I did reach top 544. It's pretty easy to reach top 544, so I'm not too congratulatory about it. But this weekend, man, single elims, bro. Tap in. We're gonna be going crazy.
Smirky, yo, I went 2.0. I can't stop.